What is up, my fellow budget travelers? Today I'm coming at you from Excalibur in Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip. Going to give you a tour inside and show you everything they have to offer. I'm talking the pool, some food, restaurants, because Excalibur is one of the best locations on the Strip as well as one of the best budget options. If you're not familiar, Excalibur is located right here towards the bottom of the Strip. Now this side of the Strip is mostly all MGM themed casinos. You've got the Luxor, you've got New York, MGM is over here, Park MGM. So there's a lot to do, and it's also all walking distance from one another. Plus they have a free tram that takes you up and down the Strip. But for now, let's go ahead and go into Excalibur because this medieval castle is one of the most recognizable things on the Strip. So let's go ahead and go inside. As you walk in through the gates, they actually have an escalator that brings you into the casino. There's also walking on both sides of the escalator. Coming back late nights are funny because people will try to ride the rail and they end up hitting the pole in the middle, so don't do that. The entryway is filled with columns and elaborate chandeliers. There's different chess figures located in this area also. There's stained glass windows. And everywhere you go, it kind of feels like you're looking out the side of a castle. Even the monorail has its own castle feel to it. If you go up this way, it's going to take you either express to Mandalay Bay, or you can take the monorail that has two stops. That will stop at the Luxor and then to Mandalay Bay. These are both MGM casinos as well, so it's a free tram to get in between them. I would say the ride itself is maybe 5 minutes tops. It's really fast once the tram comes. There's also a walkway that connects all three casinos, so if you prefer to just walk, that's fine as well. But the monorail is going to be your faster option. Going back to Excalibur, they've got a fun dungeon here. It's got Dairy Queen, and there's a bunch of arcade games down there as well. And make sure you look up because there's all these kind of cool features that really add to Excalibur's charm. Again, there's stained windows and little balconies and things that really add to the flair. The check-in process here is pretty quick. They have priority check-in and then they have regular check-in. Remember, these days you can also check in on your phone. You can do a mobile check-in, which is going to be faster than standing in line. It just assigns you a random room that you requested. If you get to the hotel early, they also have a bag drop, so you can go ahead and drop off your bag, and then this is where you're going to pick it up. It's all automated, so it's a really easy, quick process. And sometimes there's a line, but most of the time I just walk right through. I love to look up in Excalibur just because these chandeliers are so cool to me. They're so medieval. And as you walk into the casino, they still have that medieval pattern on the floor. It's kind of like a 80s meets 90s kind of vibe in here. It is one of the older casinos on the Strip, and you'll see that in the Royal Tower. It feels a little older. The Resort Tower seems a little more recently renovated. And as we walk out this way, it's going to take you over to the pool. They have a drenched bar and grill in there. They also have a gym over in this area. And this is also an area where they have a little shop with a bunch of fun souvenirs and stuff like that. If you think you're going to spend a lot of time at the pool, I would suggest staying on the Resort Tower side. This empties out right into the pool. That doorway was right next to where the Resort Towers empty out. You have to show your room key in order to get access to the pool, but then once you're inside the pool, you can have as many towels as you want. You don't need to show your room key again. And just to warn you, the seating here is pretty sparse. There's not many seats. So if you don't plan to spend most of your time in the pool, I would get here early to get a chair. And for whatever reason, this pool with the slide is always closed. I've been there 5 times and it's always closed. I don't understand why, but they always have lifeguards there to make sure people don't go in the pool. But maybe you'll have a lucky day where you get to go in the pool. Otherwise, they're going to funnel traffic over to this pool here. And even though it kind of looks small, you actually fit a lot of people in there. They do have an adults only pool. This one is more for card members like Platinum and Gold and stuff. Their water station is located over by the bar and grill. And this is an idea of some of the prices that they have. I thought it was pretty reasonable actually compared to other pools. They also have this kind of hidden pool that's in the back, Most of the times it's closed, but today it was open, so I was excited to check that out. But most of your time you're gonna spend in the main pool. They do have a big like seating section, so they'll have a lot of chairs scattered like that, but those are a lot of reservations. The main seating is back here in the corner. Moving on to snacks and things, at the bottom of each elevator on the resort tower side, as well as the Royal Tower side, you'll have this little snack bar that's open 24/7. Then you've got Baja Fresh. This is on the main floor. Here's an idea of the pricing. You've also got Dick's Resort, which is hilarious. You're always gonna have fun walking past this place because it's really creative. They've also got great take me home cups. Excalibur has 2 Starbucks, which we love. There's one on the main floor back by where the buses drop off. It's at the back of the casino. And then there's also one up on the cafeteria floor. So that's right at the top of the escalator. You'll see the buffet. And then if you keep walking to your left, the Starbucks is like right there. Up here in the cafeteria, they've got some really great gift shops as well. They've got a whole bunch of stuff, and I love to look at like the chips and stuff like that when I travel places. So I want to show you some of the fun stuff that they have inside this gift shop. Moving on to more of the food court, behind the Starbucks, they've got this taco spot. Pizza Hut is one of my go-to spots. It's pretty cheap in terms of like most of the cafeteria. They've got this place which is open 24/7, which has a number of breakfast items as well as like burgers and stuff like that. Then you've got a hot dog joint, there's Popeyes, Einstein Bagels, there's a Asian spot, Pick Up Sticks I think it's called. They have this whole area for you to sit. You'll be excited to know they've got Krispy Kreme donuts here, which are always fun. As well as a Cinnabon back in the back. And this is also where you're gonna find really cheap souvenirs. They have this place called Magnet Max, and all the stuff in here is so affordable. I mean, look at these prices. If you go downstairs by the main entrance, the market is also open 24/7. They have a number of really fun souvenirs in here too. Restaurant-wise, they also have a Johnny Rockets. They've got this Buka, which is like a huge family-style dinner place. There's the Dick's, which I showed you, but those are like the major restaurants. They used to have a steakhouse here, but now it's permanently closed. So its majority is like cafeteria food and fast food. You can walk right across the walkway to New York, and they have a number of food options over there. I'll leave a link here to the video. I'll give you a brief idea of what the different towers look like, but I did make separate room review videos for those, so I'll leave a link to those up above. But there is the Royal Tower and the Resort Tower here. For each one, the elevators have a specific room number, so just make sure you go to the correct floor. So, you know, if you're on level 10, you're gonna have to go to the one that says between 2 and 18 kind of thing. You also have to scan your room key in order to get to your floor, and make sure you do that as soon as you get on the elevator, or else it's not going to compute. They give you these little card holders, and fun fact, it actually keeps you from deactivating your card. So if you can, keep your card inside that little pocket, because if it gets wet or if you put it next to a magnet, it will deactivate. So that card helps you keep it from deactivating. This one is your view from the resort tower. So if you want to check that out, here's the link to that video. And here's an idea of what the Royal Tower looks like. I'll leave a link to that video here. And another cool part of Excalibur is coming back to it all lit up. I mean, how cool is this? Let me know in the comments, are you guys gonna stay at Excalibur? Are you putting it on your to-do list? And which tower are you gonna stay in, the resort or the Royal? I wanna know. And in the meantime, here's the video that YouTube thinks you'll like the most, so make sure you check that one out. And as always, I talk Vegas all the time, so make sure you check out this playlist here with all the different places I've stayed in Vegas, and I'll see you there.